Hi everyone, welcome to Passion Talk, an initiative by Times Passion Trails. It is an exclusively curated series of masterclasses where experts talk about their art, the inspiration, the stories, and their passion behind it. Our experts have specially crafted the subject of their masterclasses, sharing unique pearls of wisdom only they bring to the world. From discovering flavors of traditional cuisines and their origins, enjoying the art of mixology, to knowing how professional cooking is nothing short of creating a sensory masterpiece. These masterclasses are all about living your passion. So join in and be inspired. Our guest today has literally served the world and treated food lovers to his simple yet unique delicacies. Chef Kunal Kapoor is one of the best known chefs in the country, restaurateur, and a media personality. Kunal has helped all of us get a taste of his cooking secrets through his videos and cookbooks. Kunal dished out Sattvic cuisine to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. He cooked for 42 First Ladies during the India-Africa Summit, besides hosting an interactive cooking session with them during their visit to India. Kunal has hosted many TV shows such as MasterChef India, Junior MasterChef India, and was invited to judge the semi-final of MasterChef America with Chef Gordon Ramsay, along with his own popular shows such as My Yellow Table and Pickle Nation. The list of accomplishment is endless. Welcome to Passion Talk by Times Passion Trail.
Thank you so much, Amin. It was a wonderful introduction. Thank you. I'm humbled. And yes, Passion Talks by Times Passion Trails. It is close to my heart. I don't know if many people know this, but Times Passion Trails, I have been part of it where I had taken a group of foodies from Delhi to Amritsar, and on the way we tried different dhabas. So the idea was to experience dhaba food, and like you said, Indian food is very close to my heart, and I think the building blocks of Indian food go really way back into history, couple of thousands of years back. And one of the unique things that really stand out with Indian food and culture is pickling, which actually happens to be the best time to do pickling in the current month that we are in, which happens to be the best time, which is right now, the current month, the start of summers. This is the best time to pickle. So here I am with my passion talk on pickles.
Absolutely, and that is what got me hooked, Kunal, actually. There are so many accomplishments and achievements to you that it's difficult to pinpoint a topic and find a topic to talk to you about, because you can talk about food, anything under the sun. I mean, that's the vast knowledge you possess. But what really got me hooked was your show Pickle Nation, a show dedicated to pickles across the country, and that is exactly we would want to talk about. How did pickle become a passion? As in the show you used to say that it is country's passion. So take us into it. What got you started? How you got started into?
So what really happened was that I'd been researching a lot on Indian food, and as you research, you kind of stumble upon certain small little things which are not really appreciated. For example, when I look at a Indian thali, there is a whole lot of meats to vegetables to different breads to desserts to rice, and there is this one or two small little humble pickle, and one would think that what is the significance of a pickle in an Indian meal, and that kind of propelled me to kind of go out there and start researching about the different pickles of India. And what I found was nothing less than extraordinary, absolutely mind-blowing. Pickles of India.
Take us through the journey of pickles of India. We all seem to have one home pickle, as you said in the beginning, which is like a family exercise, and this is the season where we would usually earlier used to pickle as a family. Now we are in lockdown and we are looking for family bonding exercises. So take us through the journey from north to south of pickles of India.
So pickle is very essential to our existence, if I can put it this way. try and understand, why would somebody pickle? That's the obvious question, right? You would pickle because you would have certain fruits or certain vegetables available in
Yeah.
a particular season. And there used to be at one point of time an off season. So the availability would be scarce. So when you would have it in plenty, you would just pickle it. And that is something that's been done throughout the country, in fact, throughout the world. And if certain texts are to be believed, the first recorded pickle that ever happened in the world was in India, and that was cucumber. Yes, maybe the gherkin is the gift to the world by India. And talking about the pickle journey, you know, as interesting or as spicy the pickles of India are, you'll be surprised the stories that bind those pickles and families and communities together are even more exciting. Just to give you an example, I was in Rajasthan and we were doing this particular pickle of mango. So I first thought, aam ka achar, mango pickle, what different, how different would it be? To my surprise, there is this small little community who would not waste anything of the mango. Literally, the only part that is wasted in a mango when you're pickling is the gutli, the seed, right? Now, these guys would take the seed, cut it into small little bits, because when the mango is raw, the gutli is still a little tender that your knife can kind of cut it through. You remove the outer shell and the inside is a very tender seed. You would dry it out in the sun, it'll become hard as a rock, and then you will pickle it with chana dal. The reason that you pickle it is, first, it has nutrition. Second, food was scarce because Rajasthan was not a land of plenty. So if you would get mangoes, you'll make the best use of it for survival. So you would use the seed as well. Now, the interesting part here is, if you're getting married, or let's say if you've just got married, the boy side and the girl side, none of them will pickle for about 6 months. They will not put any achar in their home. So I would ask, why? Because रिश्ते में कहीं खटास ना आ जाए, कि घर पर पिकल बन रहा है, पिकल इतना खट्टा होता है कि हमारे नए रिश्ते के अंदर खटास ना आ जाए. Which was like, really?
Like the girl's family won't send pickle to boy's family?
Yes.
कि pickle नहीं भेजना है?
ना भेजना भी नहीं है गर्ल्स से बॉयज की तरफ या बॉयज से गर्ल्स की तरफ. एट द सेम टाइम यू विल नॉट इवन पुट अ पिकल, प्रिपेयर अ पिकल एट होम फॉर एटलीस्ट 6 months एंड सम फैमिलीज फॉर अ ईयर. और जो साल वो नहीं डालते, दैट एंटायर फैमिली डज नॉट हैव पिकल एट होम, which is not considered to be something nice, because pickle was also at certain points a sign of prosperity. कि भाई, if you have so much of oil and spices to put pickle, you must be well off. But very interesting, another fact is, and all of these small stories just kind of bring about these beautiful emotions and stories which binds our community and every one of us together. So there is this friend of mine who is from Bihar, and he said long back, what used to happen is that when a girl would get married, part of her wedding trousseau was a barni of pickle, which the girl side would buy the best of mangoes. Let's say if it's mangoes in the season during the wedding time or just before the wedding, they would buy the best of spices, because it has to go with the girl to her new house, to the in-laws. So they would make sure they would buy a nice big, a solid barni. They will fill it up. The oldest lady of the house, she would be pickling because she is the most experienced, and nobody will open it. They will just seal it. Then the pickle is ready, wedding is happening, it goes with the trousseau. First day in her in-laws house, she would be cooking something meetha. After that, her first meal in the kitchen where she is preparing for the family. At that time, the boy side will open the pickle barni, and उस वक्त कहते हैं कि अगर अचार ढंग से नहीं जमा तो ये रिश्ता नहीं जमेगा, अगर आचार खराब है ये लड़की खराब है. So it was like, what? How can you even compare a pickle to a girl? Which is outright hilarious, and obviously I'm in no support of this, but these are the kind of stories that you kind of discover while you are traveling just on pickle. So pickle is like one tiny little spoon of that pickle on your plate, but the kind of significance it had for so many years is just mind-blowing. and I don't think it happens anymore for a very good reason. I'm happy it does not happen, but I mean, it also kind of gives rise to another question. I've traveled across the world. छोटी सी छोटी कंट्री भी होगी ना, वो क्या करती है, अपने आर्टिजन्स को, जो किचन आर्टिजन्स है, उनको सेलिब्रेट करती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, चीज मेकर. Cheese maker, the entire work of a cheese maker is to take the milk, curdle it, make it into cheese, and make sure the cheese survives, and it should be tasty and nutritious. Wine maker, chocolate maker, coffee connoisseurs. These are all artisans which are very respected for their trade, and they are very heavily paid, right? My question is, why didn't we ever bring about or brought out these pickle makers of India, who would tirelessly over a period of time preserve food? It's like ham, bacon, these are all preserved meats, and the one who would preserve a leg of bacon properly, and the governments have kind of supported them. उन्होंने area designate करते हैं, this is the area, if this area इसमें ये नहीं बना होगा, like cheese, it won't be known as Parmesan. So it's amazing, but we've somewhere forgot to appreciate the pickle makers of India. And when I say pickles, when I talk about pickles, it's not about aam, mirchi, nimbu ka achar. I'm talking about some very exotic ingredients to some such techniques or such variations in pickles that will be like, oh my god, this can happen only in India. And I'll give you an example. I was in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, the general name for pickles is avakai. And I met this old lady who did aam ka achar. And for me, growing up, watching my grandmother do it, my nani do it, my mother do it, as kids, we were always, garmi meant, on the terrace, aam ban raha hai, usko pehle sukha rahe, and then the masala, and then every day you get the burni up, and in the evening you bring it down. As kids, garmiyon ki chuttiyan mein, that was our duty every day. But this particular lady had all the ingredients that my mom would use for mango pickle, except for one. There was no oil. Instead, there was water. And I was like, what is she doing? I was quiet. She started mixing the spices in the mango and then poured about 2 liters or 3 liters of water into it. And I was like, हमारे यहाँ पे कहते हैं, दादी कहते हैं, एक छींट पानी की डल गई, पिकल खराब, पूरा साल तुम बिना अचार के रहोगे, बाजार वाला खाना पड़ेगा. Meaning that if a drop of water enters this process of making pickle, the entire year you won't have pickle, you have to buy the cheap ones that you find on the shelf. So I was like, what are you doing? What is this? This is like anti-science to pickling, because pickling requires oil and spices. She said, hang on. She takes the entire pickle, puts 1 big spoon of tuna, limestone, tuna, जैसे दीवार पोतते हैं, into the pickle. Then she puts this pickle inside an earthen pot, and on the outside she coats it again with tuna, limestone. And she said this limestone will preserve the pickle. For all the pickles you need sun, so that there is reverse osmosis, the oil goes inside, the moisture comes out, the moisture dries up, and you have your pickle ready and it won't go bad. For this particular pickle, you cannot keep it in sun, because if moisture evaporates, it will help the growth of bacteria. So you have to keep it in a dry, dark place. That's why she put tuna on the outside, so that light reflects. It does not absorb. If you see, all the burnies were thick, dark colored, simply so that they absorb and contain heat. An earthen pot does not contain heat. You put water in earthen pot, it is always cold. So she said, this is going to be a cold pickle. You will eat it in another 30 to 45 days, and this is absolutely in water and 100% healthy, because there is no drop of oil whatsoever. So such geniuses, who could ever think of that? Where we always associate pickles with something which is oily.
What was that what was that pickle called, Kunal?
Aam ka achar, avakai. That's how it's done. There is another story that is hitting my mind, which comes from the northeast. We were in Meghalaya, Khasi tribe on the Krabi Hills. So the Khasis in Meghalaya, in olden days, when food was very, very scarce, the entire village, what they would do is that they would go in the forest, cut tender bamboo, and then ferment the bamboo. Now, bamboo fermentation has to be a certain way. If your fermentation goes wrong, the bamboo may turn poisonous. So, what you would do is very carefully, you will ferment it and then pickle it with the local chili, because chili is in abundance there. And that's one of the reasons they eat a lot of chili, because at one point of time there was abundant chili and they had to figure out a way to get nutrition out of the chili. Now, the elders of the tribe said that one day they may forget how to properly ferment and pickle bamboo. And that could be a problem, because in the harsh winters, it will become a problem. There will be scarcity of food and our people can die. So they said, what should we do? So they said both husband and wife should do the pickling process together, only them. And they created a dance form which was enacted in front of kids, and they would learn throughout their childhood. Every time elders would pickle, they would dance and they would learn. Now this particular dance, the dance moves, when done correctly, would enact the procedure of how to ferment and pickle the bamboo. So it's a dance form, the entire method, कि किस तरीके से आपको bamboo का अचार डालना है. So when they started dancing, I was like, what the hell is happening? Why are everybody dancing? Like the entire village is dancing. It's like this is the dance done by the couples, husband and wife. And see, as they dance, they're revealing the recipe. And it was brilliant. And this happens only in India. And I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg. There's so many more stories which kind of interlink and make sense now that yes, because in times like these, we always think that pickle is something which is unhealthy. बहुत oily है, बहुत नमक है, बहुत मसाले हैं, avoid करो. But at certain point of time, pickle was one of the main sources of nutrition, where you would eat a pickle and a bread, and that was your meal, because at the end of the day, pickle has oil, pickle has a certain vegetable or a fruit which gives nutrition. It has spices like turmeric to chili to coriander to mustard, which all contribute towards a good nutrition. So a simple pickle and a bread would suffice for a good meal. That's why if you see, at least my childhood, I remember 3 times out of a week, my mom would give me paranthi with achar. Garmi mein aam ka achar, sardi mein neembu ka achar. And neembu ka achar is also considered to be very high in vitamin C with ajwain. So it's again a superfood. But obviously with our lifestyle, I don't recommend that everybody eats a lot of pickle all the time. You eat in moderation and you work it out as well. So that's the kind of balance you got to maintain.
Okay. And as Kunal, we've been talking, not just pickle makers not getting their due, even pickle in itself, we always treated it as a side dish which never got its due.
You're absolutely correct. And one of the things is that there was at some point of time certain pickles which were also considered as medicine. So if you go to a Tamilian Brahmin family down south, there is a root called Mahali, M-A-H-A-L-I. It's a very ugly looking root, to be honest. Like you would look at it and like, okay, what about it? You break it and you smell it. That root smells of, and I'm not joking, I'm not making this up. People who have tried Mahali would know. Bitter almonds, cinnamon and vanilla combined together. That's the flavor of that particular root. And I was like, wow, if I would know this root existed, I would have used it in my cakes, pastries, my muffins, my breads, my desserts. This is beautiful. This is like almond flavor, or notes of like how you would sip a wine and then you're saying, oh, I smell raspberries, oaky, woody, and half of them are made up. Like you got to sell your wine. This one is, you just sniff it and you're like vanilla, cinnamon, almond, done. So it's that good. So, and the way they pickle it is in buttermilk. Now, Typically what happens is if you leave milk, curd, buttermilk or any dairy product out in the sun, within a couple of hours it will go bad. It will curdle. This particular pickle, it's mahali, it's turmeric and salt and buttermilk, right, poured up till the brim. Because mahali has preservating qualities, it does not allow the buttermilk to curdle for years together. Isn't that fantastic? And there is no oil. And this mahali pickle is eaten as a medicine.
Okay.
It is good for your metabolism, it is good for your
This is
immunity.
fascinating. Seriously.
So there you go, you've got a pickle which is all about health. Absolutely a brilliant us time ki dawa through food. That was nutrition and cure through pickles, which is unbelievable.
Seriously, unbelievable. Fascinating tales where at one point you send pickle to decide how strong your relationship is. On the other side, you don't send pickles because it might sour or spoil your relationship, and then pickle as a way to preserve things, pickle as medicines. It's really interesting. I mean, Kunal, it's really been a fascinating journey of yours discovering the pickles.
It has been truly. And while discovering the pickles, I could also connect to my family once again. I'll tell you something. As kids, what we did kind of goes in a subconscious mind. Once in a while, you kind of recollect the good times.
Okay.
But now that I was doing this show, I was traveling, I was researching on pickles, it instantly struck me that, I kind of discovered myself and my childhood memories all over again. It's like sitting in a time machine and going back in time, where I instantly, in front of my eyes, I could see my old house, the big house, uski chhat hai, that white chadar, and mom is just cutting mangoes along with my grandmother, and they're washing it, wiping it, spreading it out and drying it out for a day in the sun. As kids, we would come to school, we'll rush up, on the staircase, go onto the terrace, and there are these little yellow ones, the raw mangoes that have just started turning yellow. They're a little sweet and sour. Mom would just keep a couple of them aside because they know kids would love it. So we would pick it up, put kala namak and start eating on it, chomp, 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 chomp. And that taste was to die for. And we would try and go for the third or the fourth, and my mom would just hit me on my wrist and say, back off, gala kharab ho jayega. And then all the kids are playing around it, and all of a sudden there is a shower, like a rain. Oh my god, mom will be, oh my pickle. And the kids, all of us would run onto the terrace. मैं बचाऊंगा, मैं लेके आऊंगा. And उसको उठाकर नीचे लेकर आना. No, these small little stories, everyone has a certain pickle memory growing up. It's a bit unfortunate because we've advanced, if I can say, in such a way that the older legacy is just starting to fade away. But look at it now, when we are in a lockdown, when we are spending all our time with our family, like 24 hours, it is a bliss. And if there is somebody who remembers how to pickle, or if I can share a recipe with people, I would urge everybody to at least get your families together and try out a pickle. And it is not about making a pickle, but it's the experience of getting the family together and savoring a good pickle and creating new bonds and stories for us to remember for a long time to come. अरे डैड ने डाला, अरे मॉम वहाँ थी, वहाँ पे बच्चे खेल रहे थे, while they were pickling हमने थोड़ा शरबत बना के लेके आए थे, वो स्नैक्स खाए थे, लॉकडाउन चल रहा था, 2020 की बात है, बहुत पुरानी. So you are creating some fabulous memories and creating a piece or a slice of history out of Indian food, which we should preserve. History and the pickle.
Absolutely. And so which is this family activity, an act of pickling that you suggest, simple things? Because as you were speaking, one just thinks that yes, I mean, these stories have been a part of our growing up years. They were part of our family history. They were part of our culture, where the house used to get together and pickle, where mom would put something in some utensils, where our job was to take care of it in a certain weather, not too much hot. No, if it's rain, we would run. and then father would have certain duties towards the pickle. So it was actually like a family preparation.
Yeah.
I mean, very rightly said. It kind of immediately makes you think of all those days. So please suggest something, Kunal. I mean, this,
So,
as you rightly said, it will be something that we'll recall and say, listen, 2020, we were all locked in, but we stayed sane because Kunal gave us that recipe for a pickle.
I hope and wish that we stay sane as well. Yes. So I have this mango pickle recipe, which is kind of a quick fix recipe of sorts, which is in a simpler word, an instant
Okay.
mango pickle. And I've taken the liberty to make certain changes. Like typically, I would do this either in gingerly oil, let's say if you're down
Okay.
south, or mustard oil if you're up north. But I'm using olive oil for this particular pickle, just because right now at my home I have like 2-3 bottles of olive oil and very less of mustard oil. So I'm using olive oil, and for
Okay.
olive oil also it should give a fabulous taste. And as I would prepare this pickle, I would share one very interesting story of yet
Okay.
another community of in India, which has a pickle, very interesting pickle, and even interesting story behind it. And just to give you a clue, this particular pickle is made out of carrots and dried fruits. Dried fruits are aplenty, carrot is just a little. If you can tell me which community does gajar mawe ka achar or carrot and dry fruit pickle, I'll give you the answer a little while I start my pickle recipe here. In that time, tell us, what do you think? Write to us in the comments below if you know the answer for this. It'll be fun. I have raw mango. This is all nicely washed, cleaned, dried. जहाँ तक इसकी गुठली है उसके इर्द गिर्द we will just cut. Now you decide whether you want a little chunky or you want a little smaller cut of mango. That's perfectly fine. I'm just cutting into smaller chunks, or let's say dice is what I can say. We'll be cooking it. I would want it to cut it into smaller so that a little bit of heat kind of penetrates inside it and cooks it through and through. And when I say cooks it, it still has the bite. It should retain the bite. The idea is to just heat it up so that it does not go bad. I have already chopped up a little more. So what I'm going to do is very simple. We'll fire up a pan. I've got olive oil with me. Now don't use extra virgin or virgin olive oil. Just use your regular olive oil. You can use extra virgin as well. In case you're using extra virgin, heat up the pan, add the oil, take it off the heat. Don't cook it for long. On a very mild heat you can cook. That's why I recommend use regular olive oil. There comes our olive oil. Because it's pickled, the oil will be a little high. The first thing is we'll add some dry red chili. There it goes. I'm going to add some hing, a good amount of hing. Some mustard seeds. Let the mustard seeds pop. Wow, that aroma of hing is brilliant. And you know, one of the best quality of hing comes from Afghanistan. We're all popping here. I'm adding some garlic, whole garlic. Garlic will give a very nice, well-rounded flavor. We are adding some curry leaf. Curry leaf is absolutely optional, that is if you like curry leaf. If you don't, you can obviously skip curry leaf. So now's the time to add raw mangoes, all of them. Going to add some salt. Some Kashmiri chili powder. Little bit of haldi. And that's it. Look at that nice bright red color. The aroma of this particular pickle is to die for. That hing and raw mango flavor just does magic. Absolute magic. The idea is to flash cook it for about 2 to maximum 3 minutes on high heat and then take it off. That's it, the pickle is ready.
This looks tempting, Kunal. This really looks very nice.
Now, the trick is, if you look at the pickle closely, the color of the skin of the pickle, that is still green, that hasn't turned brown, which is an indication that it is not cooked or overcooked. That's exactly what you want. You need to turn off the gas or the heat while the mango skin is still bright green. Now, before we put this pickle into a burnie or into a jar or a container, you need to cool it down absolutely. Ekdam thanda karna hai. So this is going to take a little time. Now, in the meantime, I'll get back to the question. I had asked that which is the community in India, which pickles or which has a pickle by the name Gajar Mave
ka
achar. The correct answer is Parsis. Yes, Parsis. The name of the achar is Lagannu achar, जिसे कि गाजर मेवे का अचार भी कहते हैं. Now Lagannu achar, because these Parsis they had come from Iran, they were eating a lot of dry fruits. Iran is rich in dry fruits, so they used to pickle dry fruits. Imagine, and that too in vinegar. Cola's vinegar is the brand name, which is the only Parsi vinegar available. They also call it Parsi vinegar. This is just one family that manufactures. You won't find it anywhere else. They would use that vinegar, they would add sugar, they will add other ingredients. Incidentally, when they came to India, dry fruits were expensive. So slowly, gradually, they started adding carrots to it. And that's how it turned from a dry fruit pickle to a carrot and a dry fruit pickle. And Lagannu achar is made when you have a boy or a girl who's about to get married. Rishta pakka ho gaya. And once the rishta is got fixed, the boy side will prepare achar, the girl side will prepare achar. Both of these will send the pickle to their respective family elders. If they like the pickle, the taste, rishta is approved. Simple. If they don't like it, it's not approved. I doubt anybody would listen to them now, but yeah, that's the tradition, Lagannu achar. So there is a bit of story that is also seeping in and soaked into pickles. You know, it's not just pickle, it's the stories I tell you that are more interesting. Alright, this is a little cool down, not totally. But I would still go ahead and put it into a burnie.
How much time do you usually suggest we leave it to cool down?
Normally I would leave it for half an hour to cool down, and then we will put it into a burnie or any glass jar. The goodness of olive oil, raw mangoes, asafoetida, mustard and garlic. Even garlic is an immunity booster. So all of these things technically amount to a lot of healthy stuff. But yes, because there is a lot of oil, you got to be careful about how much you consume it. A little oil on the top. oil, if it's brimming right up till the top, it'll make sure that the pickle does not go bad. Beautiful, look at that. तैयार है हमारा आम का अचार.
Wow, nice. This looks like one tasty family activity. I mean, if all of us can get together and come up with something as tempting and good looking as this, I mean, every meal will be sorted for next few days.
Yes, it will be, and memories sealed forever.
This has been fascinating. I mean, on a pickle trail with you, Kunal, it's been a lovely chat.
I hope you guys enjoyed watching my passion talk, and I think this is just a start. There are many more such passion talks, and people who would be coming online and sharing their experience, sharing their artistic bent of mind. And I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the passion talks. And yeah, I mean, you've been such a great host. Thank you for spending so much time researching on pickles and coming out with this passion talk.
Thank you so much, Kunal, for this mouth-watering and tongue-tickling talk. It has been fascinating going on this pickle trail of the country with you. And thanks to all of you for watching this edition of Passion Talk. Our series continues with many such amazing masterclasses lined up, with each having as exciting and interesting a personality as Kunal. Thank you so much for watching this. Join in and live your passion for our next edition. See you.